before we get into the video, should we color match the dark chrome now on the Tundra? Let me know in the comments. Hey guys, John here. The Tundra is getting a full front end makeover by these parts right here. So we have a full heritage grille by Rave Off Road, and we're also going to be swapping out the headlights for Alpharex Nova headlights. So we are going to start with the Alpharex headlights on the Tundra first and then put the grille on. So these are their Nova Series. These are the Alpha Black. So we're going a fully blacked out kit on this truck, and Alpharex has two different versions with this. You can run your DRLs actually as amber, or you could run them as white. They also have a Lux option on their website as well. It's a little bit more of an affordable option. And when you're picking these out for your truck, they're gonna have like a little tab. So my truck, it has projector headlights, as you guys can see. The SR5s and below, like if you guys don't have the premium headlights, maybe even on a limited, if you don't have the premium headlights, you just wanna make sure that you pick the correct harness for your truck. And all that is already included in the price, but holy smokes, let's take a look at this. So I just like to show you guys the packaging and how it comes, just because it's an expensive product. So they have some nice styrofoam that is completely contoured to the light, and the light is all wrapped up, and it looks like there's extra protection on the lens too. So we have it out of the box now. We're gonna go ahead and take this film off and inspect it. Nice little DOT sign right there. Super nice and alpha black. I like this. So we have a kind of smoked look right here too for our reflector, and then everything in here is just dark black. We have 4 projector housings, which is nice. So it's pretty cool. On the side, it says Alpharex right here, whereas on the stock one, it says Toyota on the side. So we have Alpharex right there with their logo on the side. Look at our projector housings. We're gonna have like a turn signal or something right here, and then our DRL also, and a cool little startup feature with it. Now you will notice on the back, we do have manual adjustment. So that's one of the cons about this system. I mean, trade off for looking cool, right? But that is a con with this system. My truck has automatic leveling headlights. So like when I lifted the truck up, the truck knew that, and I have never had to adjust the lights on my truck since it's been stock. That also equates to having like the whole harness and stuff that Alpharex has with these to select the proper harness when you buy the vehicle. So there is a manual adjustment on this one. It is not automatic adjustable, but Alpharex, they mention that on their website. So just keep that in mind when you are purchasing the product. So before we start all of this electronic stuff, just go ahead and make sure that you disconnect the negative terminal on your battery. Once the bumper is off, you're gonna see some 10mm bolts to take off. So we have one right up here. We have another one right here. This was already taken off when you took the bumper off, but you will notice another 10mm down there. This harness, we're gonna have to most likely pop off. And then when you come over to the side of the truck, right through here, you're gonna see another bolt. So just undo all those, and just be careful when you pop this light out. And obviously we have to disconnect all the light harnesses back up in there. All right, so with all the 10mm bolts out of the way, you're gonna wanna slightly lift up on the top of this, and just be careful over here on the side of your truck not to scratch it, and just go straight out with it. Just making sure the whole way that we're not catching anything. Should be good. Now that we have the light out, we will do the connectors. Toyota seems to make it easy. That's a giant connector. Holy crap, dude, never seen anything like that. So let's take a look at the OEM and the Alpharex lights side by side before we install them. So this little harness right here, we are not gonna unplug that or transfer anything over to this Alpharex one. If your vehicle has auto leveling headlights like mine, this is gonna stay unplugged. So you do not have the auto leveling in this kit like I had mentioned, so we're gonna have to manually adjust that there, whereas in this one over here you can see that kind of like little motor to do that. So all that is internal to this one. If you have a Tundra with the little switch on the inside to manually adjust your lights, that will still work with the Alpharex headlights, I am told. So we're gonna go ahead and take this harness right here, plug it in on our passenger side. We're gonna take the shorter end of that harness, disconnect this brown one right here, and plug this in. What this harness does right here is it allows, when you walk up to the truck and you press unlock, it'll start the whole sequence. If you don't plug that one in, then you won't get like the startup sequence. And then we are coming over here, plugging this harness into the truck. This is the one provided by Alpharex, so make sure you choose the right one for your truck. And we latched it all together. So these two harnesses right here will go ahead and plug into the Alpharex harness right here. So we have this one coming off the harness and also this one. These ones plug into the truck. Now you may have to take this little box off of here per Alpharex's instructions just for fitment with the truck. All trucks and models are different, so this may or may not clear your truck. If it doesn't, just go ahead, pop it off. It's just double-sided sticky tape, and then find a secure location for that in the truck. So we're obviously going to be careful with these lights putting it into the truck. If you want, you could leave the wrap on the front, but we will connect these harnesses together. So what's happening is this part, you're definitely going to most likely have to take it off. This part right here is catching right here on that little intercooler. All right, so transitioning over to the grill install. So this is a full kit from Rave Off Road. So it comes with their own light bar if you want to do that. It's about 4,000 lumens. And then also you have your choice of marker lights. So these ones are like a clear amber. And then these ones here, which I may actually run, are like a darker amber. So it'll blend in with the grill nicely. They also have an OEM option, just like this grill is OEM, or they have their own Rave Off Road option. So lots of options, comes with all the connectors, all the harnesses. We're gonna be transferring the radar and stuff over. There's also a camera bracket too that they 3D design, harnesses, everything that we need for the grill to match it up into the truck perfectly. So let's go ahead and prep all this, and then we'll swap out the grill over there. So in the light bar box, it comes with our included brackets, all the harnesses, hardware, and also the light bar itself. Taking a look at the brackets, since you have two of them, the one that says Rave, that is gonna go on the top. You see how there's 3 tabs, 1, 2, 3. Those are gonna attach 1, 2, 3 to the light bar. And then the bottom tab, it has this little notch in it. That is just gonna go upside down on the bottom, and you go ahead and you put the Allen screw through and then tighten it up with the nut on the back. And then these will just set into place. So you set it into place, they go through those little nubs right there, goes through the nub, put it into place, and then this one down here, that little notch will go around this, and that goes into place right there. Just make sure everything is nice and down, and then also before you put it into place, make sure you peel off the protector that is on the front of the light bar. And once the light bar is on, we're gonna take these larger screws and go ahead and put it through 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, tightening it up. All right, coming over to our OEM grill. I know it looks like a lot, guys, but we are going to go ahead and unplug our grill shutter. And then you see these little bolts right around here? Looks like there's 6 of them. We're gonna go ahead and undo all those to release the grill shutter. So with the grill shutter out of the way, it was just those 6 bolts, it lifted right up. We are gonna go ahead and take off our radar sensor harness, so go ahead, take that out. Undo these screws right here, that screw right there to take the module out, and then also we're gonna take off our camera. With the radar sensor out, we're gonna go ahead and take it over to the new grill. Make sure you grab these little guys from the OEM grill. Go ahead and set it into place, and it fits perfectly right there. Then utilize the hardware from the OEM grill to the new grill. So in order to remove the camera from the housing, you could see those 2 little star screws right there. This screwdriver, Rave actually sends it out in the kit. So it was sitting right in here in this box with my TRD light bar switch. So that's pretty nice of them to include that in their kit as well. Like I said, guys, it's a full kit, which is really cool. All right, so now I have the camera in the 3D printed one provided by Rave. Now, I did take the center screw off of the light bar that I had just installed because I didn't realize that this bracket here, gotta make sure we put it in the right way, that was gonna utilize that. So put it into place, it snaps into place, and then I'm gonna put the same bigger screw like that into right there, and then there was an extra one, so that means that that one goes right there. Now for the marker lights, they have a bunch of different options. I opted for these clear ones just because it would be a clear marker light, but I think with the TRD grill and the TRD light bar, and with the Alpharex, how like dark those are, I think I'm gonna go for these smoked ones. Now the smoked ones, unfortunately, are an amber color, which I didn't really want amber marker lights, so maybe eventually they'll make it in a clear, but I think I'm just gonna go with smoked for now. And if you get the TRD OEM grill, you have to kind of use like 3M adhesive that they give you. So maybe if you got their Rave grill, it would screw in. So I'm not a huge fan of that, just because you can see a little bit of the 3M adhesive, but I mean, it's on there, but maybe I should have went with the Rave grill instead of the OEM, just for that purpose. So to take the grill off, it looks like the tabs are right here, but if you flip this over, that is behind the kind of bezel that we have on the grill, like the chrome mustache that the grill has. So that's kind of insane from Toyota to do that, but we will undo all of these screws, I guess, throughout the whole grill, just following it around, because all these little tiny Phillips screws will be for the chrome surround. So we'll go ahead, pop that out, and then we will attack the grill. So this is freaking everything that you have to take off the grill in order to gain access to the grill to pop it off easily. So we have to take the whole mustache off, the bottom portions, and also the lower valence right here. Toyota over-engineered this grill. It's insane. But now that everything's off, you just push the push tabs on the back, just like you did to get everything else off, and the grill should come straight out. All right, and I know it's obvious, but exactly how it came out, do the opposite, push it back in. Going back in is a lot easier. Just line everything up and push in all of the tabs. Then we're gonna put the screws back in and make sure that all of these dudes are in, and then we'll put the grill shutter back on. This does work with the grill shutter. And here it is, guys, fully installed. What do you think? Let me know. So there is still some daytime testing and also nighttime testing in this video, and at the very end, I will leave the wiring diagrams if you guys aren't sure, but there's multiple ways to wire this thing up, but I'll put at the end of the video as to how I did it. So first things first, let's check out the activation feature on the Alpharex headlights. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock the truck. See them dance a little bit like that, comes back up, goes back down, and that's it. So a very quick kind of feature for them. Now the marker lights from Rave, they are blacked out. I like them a lot. Again, with the 3M, I tried to clean it up as much as possible so you really can't see it. So to the blind eye, they really won't know that it's 3M, but I do. But the grill itself looks very good on my truck. And with the magnetic gray metallic, with the chrome, kind of dark chrome mustache, it has been growing on me. I'm making this portion of the video almost a week after I've had everything installed because I wanted to make sure that everything was good for you guys for the video. But I do have a company sending out a color match surround for it, and also down here, but I still want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section as to what you think about it on the Tundra. Like I said, the dark chrome, it really kind of flows with the platinum look. Now we'll go ahead and lock the truck, and then it dances again. So again, that is if you plug in the fuses. You guys can see that on Alpharex's website, which one to tap into. I'm not sure if it's different on lower grade Tundra models or the same, so I'll just let you guys check that out on Alpharex's website. But man, these lights perform really well. So let's go ahead and go to the daytime and then the nighttime footage now. All right, guys, and back at the park, and we got the sun directly in front of the Tundra. So here is how bright the DRLs are on the Alpharex lights, and check out the freaking marker lights from Rave. These things are actually really, really bright because all they're doing is showing up as orange right now. And I'll go ahead and turn the truck off. Here it is with them off. So I really like the smoked out look that they have, because personally, I'm not really a fan of marker lights on something that doesn't really need the marker lights. Like this TRD Pro Tundra over here, that came with marker lights, right? So it's cool that these ones are blacked out on this grill, but man, they are actually super bright because they just look blacked out now. So I do wish that they were a white light. Rave, at least at the moment of this recording, they don't have a blacked out smoked version like that with white light, because you could see that my DRLs over here from Alpharex, they are white. So you can do amber with them, but I just decided to go with the white light. But we're gonna go ahead and turn on the hazard so you guys can see what that's like in direct sunlight. And that's how bright the lights are in literally direct sunlight. You can see the sun reflection right there. So very, very bright for these Alpharex lights. All right, guys, so here are the Alpharex lights coming into the neighborhood at night. So these are straight out of the box, all right? And I think that my driver's side needs to go up a little bit, but keep in mind, my truck is lifted, and check out this car coming straight towards us. The lights aren't even up in their window, which is pretty nice. They're not in their windshield, so I can definitely come up a little bit more, which will help me out back down here. But I can definitely see over here to the left, can definitely see over here to the right, and then we will turn on the brights. You can't see this tree, and now you see the trees right there. So the brights on these are actually really good. Again, the camera will never do it justice at all, but we get the stop sign right there. Turn the brights off a little bit, turn the brights back on. You can see the stop line. You can see the stop sign over there to the left. See the trees over there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn left too with the brights on. Fills up the street nice. I mean, for the price of the lights, obviously they are very bright, and I was concerned, I'm not gonna lie, because the stock lights on this truck are pretty good. So you see the tree over there in the distance, bright lights doing it up. So that's pretty good. We'll park over here and then we'll turn on the Rave Off Road light bar and see how bright that is. But we can see just how bright these lights are in this parking lot, not getting washed out at all. And even when driving this too, just on the road, they didn't get washed out at all, which was pretty good. With all the other car lights and stop signs and stop lights and all that stuff, it worked really well. All right, and here we are outside of the truck, guys. Casts really far out, and these are with the brights on. And we'll go ahead and turn the brights off. And it's nice too, because when we come back over here to the lights, it's still all 4 on each one that are on. So let's go ahead and check out the light bar now. All right, so this is the view inside the truck, and we'll turn the light bar on. There we go. We start to get the trees lit up over there. Check over here, the left-hand side. This is as if you're in the truck still. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. We're gonna go ahead and turn the lights off. And so this is just the light bar now. So just the light bar on. See what that's like, and you have the DRL still of the Alpharex. And here's the light bar, and I'm gonna turn on the lights, okay? So the light bar really gets washed away. So when you turn the light bar off, yeah, you lose those trees a little bit on the camera. I can still kind of see them in person. So the light bar definitely does better out forward, but if you were to turn the lights off, it's a pretty dim light bar. I mean, they offer the diode dynamics and the OEM TRD one. I feel like this is just as bright as the TRD, maybe a little bit dimmer from what I remember, but it shoots out a bit further than the TRD, because the TRD light bar, it would cast wider, so it'd be like over there to the left more and over to the right more. This may go further than the TRD light bar, but I don't feel like it's as bright. Well guys, that is the new look for my Tundra Platinum. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about color matching our grille surround on the truck. Are you gonna do a heritage style grille or aftermarket lights on your truck? Let me know too. All right guys, I'll catch you in the next one. All right, so let's talk wiring now. So for the Tundra, your battery is over here on the passenger side, unfortunately. And I forgot about that when I was doing my grille, because I ran all the wires, zip tied them all cleanly over here to the right-hand side because I wanted to go through the firewall. But I forgot that the battery was over there on the passenger side. But for these marker lights, right now, temporarily, I have them in this fuse box. So right in here, I went into the INJ fuse. If you're to go over there, there's an accessory fuse area that you could do, but I just tapped in right here onto the INJ fuse. Just make sure that you add the fuse to that. And then I grounded the marker lights right there. So that's where I'm gonna put them temporarily for the marker lights. I don't always want marker lights on my vehicle, maybe just for like photos and stuff when I do that. So I'll eventually put it onto a switch. But for now, when I turn on the ignition of the truck, those lights are just gonna always be on. So after you send your wires through your firewall here, I will put up the diagram. So this is what the diagram looks like for the TRD light bar with the Rave Off Road set. You're gonna go ahead and want to put your hand back here near your steering wheel column and pull this out. So just pull it kind of directly towards you, just like how you did the bumper. And depending on your truck right here, you may have a lot of switches that are available and blank like this, or you may have to sacrifice some stuff. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. The TRD light bar switch that they give, it's a little bit too small for this blank space down at the bottom. So for me, I'm gonna take off my auto start stop because I don't ever turn it off with my truck. I don't depress my brakes hard enough for the truck to shut off. So I'm just gonna put the TRD light bar switch there right now, because again, I have a lot of options with the tow mirrors and stuff on my truck. So I'm just gonna put it right there until I get like a switch panel or something like that on this truck. And then for this auto start stop switch, I'm just gonna plug it in and just kind of set it back behind this switch panel. All right, and got everything wired up. So I tied the ground for the light bar and the switches into the same one that I did for the marker lights right here. So if you look at this little box thing right here, you can see there's a little nut, or I'm sorry, a little bolt right there. So I just put everything into that. And then the positive wire for the light bar, I put into this little loom right here. ran it across the whole radiator section, zip tied it up so it's all across this cross member right here, or this cross brace I should say, comes up right in through here and then into the positive battery. And it was a little bit short. I should have made it just a little bit longer because it was running up along this channel too, but it was just a little bit short. So it's still just temporary until I get some sort of like switch set up in this truck. But that is the wiring, and then I'll show you guys the inside over here, and it looks very OEM, which is nice. So we have the TRD light bar right there, comes on, light bar is on, turn it off. Perfect. Now you can do a setting on it where you plug the yellow wire into one of the dash lights so it illuminates when the truck is illuminating. I don't like to splice into the truck's factory wiring, so I'm just leaving that completely blank.